Hi, it's Greg here, and I'm got your daily five. So first on my list is Shopify. Shopify has a very rapidly growing business model. Lots of different industry groups are starting to be affected by it. You can set up your own store on Shopify. I think the biggest thing going on here with the stock is this nice table that's being set up around the 1550 level. And what I want to see out of the stock here, we're starting to see the PPO just come down and reset around zero. I'd like to see this turn off and go higher. The one thing that you see about Shopify is it runs up very quickly, then range trades for a while, runs up very quickly, range trades for a while. So I don't want to say it's difficult to hold. It's just got lots of growth ahead of it, and buyers ebb and flow through the stock quite normally. If you roll out the stock over a long period of time, even in 2020, 2021, it leveled off for a while, then it jumped up, then it leveled off for a while, jumped up. So I expect the same sort of behavior. I don't expect any major new lows because it's such an expanding business, but it looks pretty good. The second stock I've got today is Coinbase, and Coinbase, as we all know, is part of the cryptocurrency trading. This is recorded on September 1st in the morning. One thing about Coinbase is it started off with a really robust IPO that took off around $300 and went all the way up to, I guess it ticked in here at 250. And then went all the way to 430, and now it's come all the way back to 210 and is trading 260, 270. So starting to build the base in Coinbase. I like that. And what I think is a good opportunity here is the volume is still robust. It's trading around a 30-day period of 4 million shares a day. So it's got lots of price action to it. I would like to see this stock start to climb out of the base. Doesn't have to accelerate out of the base, just gradually work its way higher. But I think there's lots of growth here. It has an extreme user base, and obviously with the changes in crypto over time and the new sorts of coins that are coming, or currencies that are coming, Coinbase should be well positioned to do that. There's obviously more competition coming in Coinbase, but we're also seeing the leadership continue. They've got great software and it's working out quite well. So Amazon has been more of an interesting one, and you'll notice I extended the timeline on here. What I did was I rolled out the timeline to the end of July 2020. And the reason I did that is because Amazon has range traded for 1 year. It briefly broke out in July, and then on earnings gapped lower, worked its way down for 10 days, and then started to move higher. Now you can basically see the institutions were probably loving this as it sold off. It got down to 32. It's back up to 35. And I think this price point at 3,500 is now a major resistance barrier. I would call this the breakout pullback, just to get anybody who tried to buy the breakout and get them stopped out of here. So as it stopped out and they got squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, the stock continued to drop. Now what's happening is we're getting back up to that breakout level. I want to see Amazon surge from here. As long as it holds above 3,400, I think you're probably in a great space. Again, they do a lot of business in the fourth quarter calendar wise. So I want to watch and make sure that it's taking off. I do think Shopify set up in the same sort of area. One thing that happened in 2020 was both Shopify and Amazon took off in a big way on the basis of them being stay-at-home type of businesses where you ordered products through them online. Many companies went on to set up new Shopify sites and get that working. So the stock, I will say, had a sudden surge in early 2020 and then leveled off for a year. I think it's just getting ready for its next leg higher. Just the height of this consolidation is 29 to 3,500, so my target would be another 600 on that. So the difference here, extending that up, puts it around 4,100. Looking in on C3.ai, This is artificial intelligence. Their ticker symbol is AI, and again, it was a moonshot. IPO came in down here just under $42, went immediately all the way up to 125, went on to 185, double topped, and then slid for months. This February top is on so many software stocks. It was like across the board that all of a sudden they all started to break. Now you can see the uptrend line here. When it broke this uptrend line, it was basically a steady run down. It's now been basing for a while. It's broken the downtrend line. The stock had news on September 1st after I produced this chart, but it also had earnings, or has earnings, on September 1st. So tomorrow morning should be pretty wild reaction either way. The bigger thing that I want to keep track of, obviously, is the artificial intelligence area, and I think their announcement had something to do with Google working together. So what we see is this opportunity for mass adoption of artificial intelligence, and the stock should obviously respond quite nicely to that. Now, one of the things that's hard to buy about these big major bases, what you see down here is the stock comes down, tries to break out, notice that, and traps everybody, fails, comes back up to this trend line, and if you had put the trend line from the peak up here across here, it would have broken out. Brief run, fails again. Then it gets down here to support, and it sits there and sits there and sits there. And then it finally breaks anybody who might have had a stop in place, goes down, makes a base, and is just starting to work its way out of here. So from 45 to 55, you might say it's already too late, but I don't think so. I think it's just getting going. We're at 1 month highs. I like the stock from the technology perspective. It's obviously got a long runway ahead of it. Clearly, valuations are always stretched on these tech names, but as the stock comes out here, I think there's lots of upside opportunity on C3. Looking in, my last one, I've tried to change into a different sector, but we're looking at SunPower here, and a couple of things are going on with SunPower. So first of all, we're starting to see Tesla break out again after making this huge base. So I could have used Tesla in here, but let's just stay with the theme of clean energy. These stocks all got rattled that same February 12th moment, came back down, made a low, ran up, came back down, tested that low, and is trying to break out here. Now, I think the important thing to consider is that the majority of the downward momentum is past us, behind us. And what we want to see is the stock just start to break through this 100-period moving average. That's up here at $25. I don't know if you need to wait that long. I think the idea here is to try and buy it so you can set your stop nice and close. And if the stock can start to run, you get a nice long-term delivery. So that would be optimal if that can work for you. So if you're interested in the type of work we do over at gregschnell.com, you can head over there. Dwight and I post a lot of stuff every week. One thing I would say is the Schnell Strength Index has just recently bottomed out below 25 and is trying to rise back up. We're starting to see some breadth expansion in the market where more stocks were starting to move up aggressively last week. That would be the last week of August. It seems like we've been on a bit of a 10-day run here for some of the software stocks. If they do pull back, I think we get another opportunity to look at them again. But if you're interested in our market thoughts, you're welcome to a free trial over at gregschnell.com/explore, and you could save 40% off the membership over there. So with that, thank you for coming, and enjoy the Daily 5. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.